Okay, so after I had planned on doing a Yuta versus Toji video, but after 251, after like, because I remember posting the community tab, and I was like, 250 had just dropped, and I was like, bro, like, do y'all need me to make a, do y'all niggas still need me to make a Toji versus Yuta vid? And people were saying yeah, so I mean, just, hey, I still got people in the comments that really want that Yuta versus Toji vid, to say the least. So even though after 251, I know I would think that it should be pretty clear. Here we are. So off rip, we already have better scaling for Yuta than we do for Toji's. Toji's fights are daggone, bullying. I mean, just completely just slathering Dagon in his fucking Gucci grease, bullying Megumi, his own son, and completely just wiping his ass with Ghetto. And his most impressive feat is being able to, quote unquote, beat a Gojo, even though we all know that was a Gojo that he purposely made sure to, get him fatigued by having this nigga be sleep deprived throughout multiple days, and getting him to drop his guard by basically letting down the bounty, or taking down the bounty, so basically he could get up on Gojo, and since he has no curse energy, Gojo wouldn't be able to sense him, and since it's limitless, we brought down through the VMT, he was able to stab him in the back, etc, etc. Teen Gojo, one that he didn't even know if he could take at full power when asked about it. So Yuta already has better empirical feats and better scaling, just by being stated to be second to Gojo. Oh, it's unusual abilities and and blah blah blah. So it might not it might not mean fucking strength. Stop it. Yes, I know it says unusual abilities, but it's still talking about power overall to some degree. Like, Gojo's abilities are obviously very fucking powerful, so the fact that you're being second to only this nigga in even just abilities, like, that's still very fucking impressive, and that's still very telling, and that's still just better scaling, because this is current Gojo. And like I said, Toji didn't even know if he could even beat Teen Gojo by himself without fatiguing him by putting up a bounty to have all these sorcerers, forcing him to keep his limitless up and all that type of deal. And before I get these comments, I already fucking know people are gonna be commenting, oh, Toji's an assassin, he sneaks up on people, so with prep he can stop. We're not talking about prep, we're talking about if, like, who will really beat the other if they rode up on each other without any prior knowledge and just in a regular fucking fight. Like, I won't say Toji can't do some shit or he can't figure out some shit with prep, because he is a very smart fighter. He's a really good tactician, he has really good battle IQ. The plan he came up with to catch Gojo lacking was very impressive. But we're not talking about that. We're just talking about both of these niggas in a regular fight. No prep, no planning, no none of that. Like I was saying about Yuta, he has better scaling. He has unusual abilities that are second to Gojo's. He's literally able to fucking handle multiple niggas at the same time that are all special grade level, and being able to actually dead ass hang with hand era Sukuna, albeit this is a weakened Sukuna, but bro, like, he's still putting in a lot of fucking work. And also he was able to fucking catch Kenjaku lacking, etc. But I won't really go over that, because it's stated that Yuta basically says that Maki could have done the same thing, and basically it wasn't really like a actual fucking like fights. They were like distracting Kenjaku, and Yuta pretty much just rode up on him, and Kenjaku was just only able to turn around to the last second. And it's anyway stated Maki would have been able to do the same shit, and Maki's equal to Toji, so I won't even go over that. But even if we disregard that, like, I really don't see how Toji wins this. like being able to mimic, copy with all of the abilities that he's copied. I mean, being able to force Sukuna to use Hollow Wicker Basket, being able to use Sukuna's own abilities, the cleave, Euro's abilities with the fucking with the sky blanket that he can use to block attacks, the thin icebreakers. I mean, like the love being, like, bro, like I don't bro, people have to understand, bro, like Geto had all of these thousands of cursed spirits that he had, and he still thought that Rika would be a more viable spirit, if you will. And Rika is fucking broken. First off, Yuta can already amp his stats. I don't know why people be acting like Toji is just gonna be blitzing Yuta. Like, some people still just think like, oh, Toji can just blitz fucking Yuta. I'm like, bro, Yuta's stats are fucking like when Yuta first rolls up, Yuji thinks that he's sensing Gojo just off of his cursed energy output, and he's stated to have even greater cursed energy output than Gojo. And even when he fucking runs out, he can just have Rika supply him with more cursed energy. And we know he uses this to amp his stats, amp his strength, amp his durability, like against Ryu, and he can also amp his speed, and he can also use reverse curse techniques to heal any injuries. Now, yes, Toji has the inverted spear of heaven. He has the soul splitting katana and all of that, but I don't really see him being able. Like, people act like he's just gonna be able to blitz this man for sure, and I really don't see that fucking happening. Whereas even with fucking teenage Gojo, and I would think that the Yuta that we're talking about now would definitely surpass this version of Gojo. What Toji's whole idea was of being able to tag Gojo with the inverted spear of heaven that negates techniques, is that he was basically able to swarm him with a whole bunch of bugs, basically get him to divert his focus, and then come up on him by behind and hit him with the spear. But against someone like Yuta, that just isn't going to work. For one, like, if Toji wants to fight with his tools in the first place, he's going to be liable to be sensed, since Gojo states that as long as he has the little worm wrapped around him, which is a cursed spirit, Gojo would be able to sense him, even though he has no curse. Even though Toji himself has no cursed energy, the worm, little cursed spirit that he has wrapped around him, is gonna still be able to sense. So as long as he follows that, he can still be able to sense Toji. And Yuta is a very good sensory when it comes to him being able to sense cursed energy, because even while not being focused on them and being able to being focused on a whole nother opponent, he was able to sense Euro and Ryu and tell that they were very high level, and that they must have had high scores based off of their presence. He has really good sensory. So he's going to be able to sense Toji as long as he has that thing wrapped around him. And trying to use the strategy that he used against Gojo to stab him with the inverted spear of heaven just isn't going to work, because even if you want to argue that Yuta can't use the cursed speech on Toji because Toji is resistant to cursed energy attacks, which can't be too resistant because he still got turned into a half-eaten donut by fucking Hollow Purple, which is a cursed attack. So he's not fucking immune to the shit. So I would think cursed speech should still be able to slow him down, but at the very least he would be able to use cursed speech on those insects like he was using against Geto's cursed spirits, so that Toji cannot get him or get him by surprise from behind by having him divert his focus with the bugs. So he would literally just use cursed speech on a cursed spirit bugs that Toji in character will use to distract them. Yuta will just use cursed speech to tell them not to move or tell them to die. The insects will fall and Toji will be visible, and he's not going to be able to do what he did to Gojo. Like, so he's not going to be able to get up close with the curse, with the inverted spear of heaven. And even if he attaches that shit to the chain, like, come on, bro. That slow ass fucking chain, bro. Like, Gojo was like levitating in the fucking sky and just dicking around, and he would just instantly just effortlessly just able to dodge that shit. Like, I don't think that chain is as fast as Toji moving. So like, yeah, he can extend the range of the inverted spirit heaven by attaching it to his chain, but like it's gonna be a delay with that shit, because like when he throws that shit, it's obviously not gonna be as fast as Toji himself running with that shit. So it's like, yeah, he could try that, but like you're just assuming that Yuta is just gonna stand there and let himself get hit by that shit. like he has so many ways of avoiding that. And like I said, Yuta has like that 5-minute ability that he can also use with Rika when he puts on the ring. He has the love beam. Like, I don't like, bro, like, I mean, just people try to argue, oh, he can take it because he tanked Red. Bro, he literally put the inverted spear of heaven in front of Red, and which makes Red all that more impressive, because the inverted spear of heaven literally negates cursed attack. So like the fact that he was still able to knock this nigga back even when he put the fucking spear in front of that shit, still fucking impressive. But yeah, like, so it's like he didn't even fully tank it. So I mean, if like, I'm pretty sure Toji wouldn't be able to survive getting hit by that. At the very least, he would be severely injured. So like, there are just so many things that Yuta has up his sleeve. If Toji doesn't stab him in the right places, then Yuta is also going to be able to just heal with RCT. So I just like look, bro, like I really like tried to like want to go over this shit and was like, damn, was I really being fair to fucking Toji? Like, was I really? But it's like, bro, like I don't like at this point like at this point, like I don't fucking see how he would lose. Like I just don't see it. And just to make sure like I cover all the bases to the best of my ability, another just glazed argument that I hear people try to say is that, well, you know, Maki was able to keep up with 15 finger Sukuna, and you know, this same Sukuna just one shot at Ryu, and this same Ryu is relative to Yuta. And Maki's equal to Toji. Stop. Yes, Maki was able to keep up with this version of Sukuna along with Yuji, but it's not like Sukuna was struggling, and he only really complimented her on her ability to eat one of his punches. And like, we know that this Sukuna was being severely held back by Megumi. So it's like, I don't really think you can really like, yeah, like, yes, I know he says that his movement is fine, it's just his curse energy output that is been nerfed. But Sukuna one shot at Ryu with his curse technique. He didn't really box with him, he just cleave fucked him. So and the first time he fucking does it, it doesn't even go through. It's having the same effect that it had on Yuji. And this is fucking Sukuna after he's took the bath to sink Megumi's soul that much deeper, so that he can have more control over his body, or be able to access more of his curse energy without Megumi holding him back. Since when he tried to cleave Yuji, it wasn't even going through Yuji. I'm pretty sure if Sukuna cleaved Maki the same way, like he didn't use cleave on Maki because Megumi was holding his power back. So yes, while you can say stat wise Maki can be somewhat relative to this version of Sukuna, then sure, that's the only thing you'll be able to say. But we know that if like Sukuna wasn't being held back by Megumi, because he had access to less than 10% of his curse energy output, so he was literally nerfed for more than 90% of his fucking power. If he had the ability to just use cleave at full capacity, he wouldn't have even, like, he would have just did the same thing to Maki that he did to Ryu. And that's how he defeated Ryu. That's how he one-shot him. And when he fucking cleaves Ryu the first time, like I said earlier, it doesn't even go through him. And he's like, damn, you're strong. He even compliments him. And then he amps himself up. And then he just absolutely cleaves fuck him the second time. So it's like, he would have just did that shit to Maki if he wasn't being held back by Megumi. The only reason why they were even having this little boxing match is because his curse techniques were severely nerfed, and all he had was his fucking hands at this point. But if he has cleave, he's just gonna fucking do that and one tap Maki the same way he one tap Ryu. So it's not really something. This isn't really something that you can be compared and that can be compared. And Ryu, like, bro, like Yuta was getting jumped by like 3 people at the same fucking time. He thought he fought the bug nigga, and then immediately after was getting jumped by fucking Uro and fucking Ryu. Was fighting both of them niggas at the same fucking time. So it's just like it's like, yes, like stat wise, I think like Ryu and Yuta can still be relative, but especially now, like ability wise and overall like power wise, and he was still able to like fucking like shrug off his granite blast with his reverse curse technique and amps durability, and Ryu even complimented that shit. Like I don't like, especially now, like he has Uro's abilities, he has all these added abilities. We just see him showing much greater relativity to a stronger version of Sukuna that has his original body back, albeit while being weakened, but still being stronger than the version that Maki and Yuji were able to somewhat keep up with in just boxing in the hands. He's just showing much greater relativity to a stronger Sukuna and just overall fucking power, and just putting in more work than anybody would be able to put in besides fucking Gojo. And just niggas were just, as soon as Yuta came into the fight, you already had niggas just already expecting Yuta to just die off rip, like just already making fucking RP Yuta comments as soon as the fight started. With Yuta hadn't even fucking started fighting this nigga Sukuna. Just as soon as he entered the fight, niggas already just saying RP. They wasn't even expecting him to put in no work for real. Now he's probably a fucking Kit Kat. Like probably gonna start seeing 2-for-1 deals, Gojo and Yuta. Now he's probably a Kit Kat alongside Gojo, but at least he put in, like, my whole point is that niggas wasn't even expecting him to put in like fucking like half the amount of work that he put in against Sukuna, and he showed just much greater relativity. So it's like and not just in stats but also just power. So this is a stronger Yuta because he has more access to more abilities, access to more curse techniques, and also this is like he's showing relativity to a stronger and greater Sukuna. So like I don't like I don't think this argument works. Like you can't really use this argument to try to say that Toji would just be able to just fucking slam Yuta. Like it just doesn't work. Too many problems with it. The only thing you can argue is that Toji gets a fucking amp when he's fighting teenagers. Since bro is 30 and beefing with fucking 16-year-olds, but besides that, Yuta should take this shit mid-diff. I know a lot of people were mad because I kept rolling out JJK videos that wasn't Yuta versus Toji, so maybe y'all will finally give this shit some views since it's actually a video that some people were asking for.
I